The Ferrari LaFerrari isn't just a car. It's a statement of what happens when the human obsession with speed, beauty, and innovation meet in perfect harmony. Every curve, every carbon fiber panel, and every roar from its hybrid V12 is a reminder that Ferrari doesn't simply build vehicles, it builds emotions on wheels. When the LaFerrari debuted, it wasn't trying to follow anyone else's rules. It redefined what a hypercar could be, blending raw mechanical power with cutting-edge hybrid technology years before it became the norm. Under the sculpted engine cover sits a 6.3-liter V12 that alone produces 789 horsepower. But this car doesn't stop there. Working with Ferrari's HY-KERS hybrid system, it adds an electric motor pushing another 161 horsepower, bringing the total to a staggering 950 combined. The instant torque of the electric system fills every tiny gap in the power band, so the driver never feels a single breath of hesitation. Press the accelerator, and the LaFerrari doesn't merely accelerate, it launches, slingshotting from 0 to 100 km per hour in less than 3 seconds. Keep it pinned, and the car keeps charging forward to well over 350 km per hour, a top speed that only a handful of machines on Earth can touch. What makes the LaFerrari truly special, though, isn't just numbers. It's the feeling of connection. The steering is razor sharp, translating every millimeter of movement into direction change. The carbon ceramic brakes bite hard yet predictably, able to haul the car from triple-digit speeds with confidence that feels almost supernatural. Ferrari engineers spent thousands of hours tuning the chassis balance, suspension geometry, and aerodynamics so the car stays glued to the road like a fighter jet hugging a runway. Inside, the cabin feels like a cockpit designed for a single purpose: speed. The driving position is low, almost lying down, just like a Formula One car. Every control is angled toward the driver, from the steering wheel-mounted drive mode selectors to the paddle shifters that deliver instant gear changes through the 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. The materials are pure Ferrari: Alcantara, carbon fiber, and metal switches that click with surgical precision. There's no excess weight, no unnecessary luxury, only what enhances performance. The exterior design tells the same story. The LaFerrari's body isn't shaped by style departments alone, it's sculpted by wind. Active aerodynamic elements continuously adjust at speed, changing the car's stance, downforce, and drag in real time. At 200 km per hour, hidden flaps deploy to push the car harder into the asphalt, while at lower speeds they retract to reduce resistance. Even standing still, it looks alive, as if the bodywork is breathing. The proportions, the low nose, the sweeping roofline, the dramatic rear diffuser, they all whisper the same message: this car belongs in motion. The LaFerrari was limited to just 499 units, each one spoken for before production even began. Owning one wasn't a matter of money, it was about history and passion. Ferrari handpicked the buyers, ensuring that only true enthusiasts and longtime collectors received the keys. This exclusivity turned the LaFerrari into an instant legend, a bridge between past and future, between traditional combustion glory and the dawn of electrified performance. When you hear that V12 scream to 9,250 revolutions per minute, there's something primal about it. It's mechanical poetry, a sound that stirs emotion deep inside anyone who loves cars. Yet it's balanced by the near-silent contribution of the electric motor, a futuristic hum that adds smoothness and torque. Together, they form a duet, old-school fire meeting new-age current. Ferrari's mission with the LaFerrari wasn't just speed, it was efficiency through intelligence. The hybrid system recovers energy during braking and cornering, storing it in high-density lithium-ion batteries tucked low in the chassis. That power is then fed back instantly when needed, making the LaFerrari quicker, sharper, and more responsive than any naturally aspirated car could ever be. It's a system inspired directly from Formula One technology, adapted for the road with breathtaking precision. The chassis itself is a work of art. Made entirely from 4 different types of carbon fiber, each section is laid by hand in Ferrari's F1 Composites division. The monocoque weighs less yet delivers 27% more torsional rigidity than the Enzo's. The result is a car that feels light but planted, agile but secure, wild but controllable. This balance is what separates a great car from a legend. The LaFerrari's personality shifts with every drive mode. In its sportiest settings, it feels raw, intense, borderline violent, every input magnified, every heartbeat syncing with the revs. Switch to a more relaxed mode, and it softens just enough to remind you it's still a road car, capable of cruising through cities with surprising civility. But the truth is, no one buys a LaFerrari to relax. You buy it to feel alive. Even years after its release, the LaFerrari still looks futuristic. Park it beside modern hypercars, and it doesn't age, it challenges them. It represents a moment in time when Ferrari took its decades of racing heritage and compressed it into one ultimate machine. There may be faster cars today, there may be more powerful hybrids, but few can match the LaFerrari's soul. In the world of hypercars, there are names that echo with power, precision, and performance. But there's one that stands above the rest, a car that doesn't just move, it commands attention. That car is the Ferrari LaFerrari. From the first moment you see it, you realize it's not just a machine. It's an experience sculpted in carbon fiber and born from pure Italian passion. The LaFerrari was never built to be ordinary. It was created to redefine what a Ferrari could be. It's a car where science and art meet on four wheels, where every inch of design has a purpose, and every sound has meaning. Ferrari didn't design the LaFerrari to follow trends, they built it to make history. At the heart of this beast lies a naturally aspirated 6.3-liter V12 engine that sings all the way up to 9,250 revolutions per minute. On its own, that's already an engineering masterpiece, producing 789 horsepower. But Ferrari decided that wasn't enough. They paired it with a 120-kilowatt electric motor using their HY-KERS hybrid system, the same kind of technology they perfected in Formula One. Together, these two power sources deliver a combined 950 horsepower and 900 Newton-meters of torque. Numbers that sound unreal until you feel them press you into the seat as the car rockets from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 3 seconds. But what really sets the LaFerrari apart is how all that power feels. It's not chaotic or untamed. It's balanced, controlled, perfectly synchronized. The electric motor fills every gap the engine leaves, creating a wall of acceleration that never fades, never hesitates. Every shift from the 7-speed dual-clutch transmission hits with lightning precision. It's not a car that you simply drive, it's one you synchronize with. The LaFerrari's design language is pure emotion frozen in motion. The body looks alive, almost as if it's ready to leap forward even while standing still. Ferrari's engineers didn't shape it just for beauty, they shaped it for speed. Every curve channels air, every surface slices wind. The nose dips low to cut drag, the rear diffuser manages turbulent flow, and the active aerodynamics adapt on the go. Hidden flaps adjust to either increase downforce for sharp handling or reduce drag for blistering straight-line speed. The result is a car that glues itself to the tarmac as if gravity favors it. Step inside, and the world changes. The cabin isn't built for comfort in the traditional sense, it's built for connection. The driver sits low, almost horizontal, surrounded by carbon fiber and Alcantara. The steering wheel is packed with F1-inspired controls, including the Manettino dial that changes the car's entire personality. The seats are fixed directly to the chassis for weight reduction, only the pedals and steering column adjust to fit the driver. Every inch of the cockpit reminds you that this is not luxury. This is purpose. When you turn the key, or rather, press the red button, the V12 comes to life with a growl that rises into a scream. It's a sound that can only come from Maranello. Deep, raw, mechanical, and alive. The electric motor hums quietly in the background, invisible but essential. Together they create an orchestra of power, a mechanical symphony that sends chills through anyone lucky enough to hear it in person. Driving the LaFerrari is an emotional event. It doesn't matter if you're on a race track or a mountain road, the car communicates with you in real time. The steering is telepathic, sharp enough to make even a small movement feel meaningful. The brakes, massive carbon ceramic discs, stop the car from high speeds with unshakable confidence. And through it all, the chassis remains perfectly composed, never fighting the driver, always working with them. This balance, between brute strength and grace, between the old and the new, is what makes the LaFerrari unforgettable. It's Ferrari's tribute to the internal combustion engine at its peak and its embrace of the electric future. It's the best of both worlds in one breathtaking creation. Production was limited to only 499 units. Each one meticulously crafted by hand, each one carrying the legacy of a brand that has defined automotive passion for over 7 decades. And every single car was sold before the public even got a glimpse. That exclusivity turned the LaFerrari into an instant icon. Collectors didn't just buy a car, they bought a piece of Ferrari's soul. Even today, the LaFerrari stands as a reference point for hypercar engineering. It's a car that doesn't age. Park it beside the most advanced electric hypercars of today, and it still feels relevant, still feels alive. It's not just about horsepower or lap times, it's about the emotional connection it creates. When you drive it, every sense sharpens. The sound of the engine, the vibration of the carbon monocoque, the smell of the brakes, the pressure of the G-forces, it all blends into one unforgettable moment. Ferrari poured everything it knew into this car. Decades of Formula One experience, materials science, aerodynamics, and an understanding of what drivers truly love. The LaFerrari isn't just a machine of performance, it's a celebration of human achievement, of craftsmanship, and of what happens when passion meets technology. Every piece, every detail tells a story. The front splitter that adjusts in milliseconds. The sculpted rear fenders that channel air into the engine bay. The battery system that recharges during braking. Even the tires, specially designed for this car, have a role to play in keeping that monstrous power under control. It's a masterpiece of balance, raw power dressed in intelligence. When you drive a LaFerrari, you don't feel like you're controlling it. You feel like you're part of it. Every movement, every gear shift, every curve feels natural. It's the kind of machine that makes you forget it's made of metal and carbon, it feels alive, breathing, almost aware. And that's the magic of Ferrari. They don't just make cars, they make emotion tangible. The LaFerrari stands as proof of that philosophy, a car that bridges eras, connecting the roar of the past to the silence of the electric future. It's a monument to speed, to beauty, and to the eternal chase for perfection.